was that? Wait, that must be my Sega Does Something alarm. Put it up on screen. They did it. They figured out how to make it roll in 3D! Finally! Update 2 for Sonic Frontiers is here, and we have a good amount to go over. But I need to stress this right out of the gate. If all you ever wanted to do at Sonic is to roll into a ball, run around at the speed of sound, and hit ramps to shoot off into the sky like me, you are going to love this free update. Do yourself a favor, get all S ranks in the Action Chain Challenge, and unlock this move. It completely changes how you navigate the world, and is exactly what I personally look for in my open zone Sonic gameplay. It's not perfect, but it is a ton of fun. Anyways, with all of that out of the way, let's go over this update. Like update 1, let's start with the modes. The game now introduces a new Game Plus mode. To unlock this mode, just beat the game again by collecting the last emerald and fighting the final boss. In this mode, you can select any completed save game data, and from there you can play through the campaign again, this time with the stats of whatever completed save data you selected. Honestly, this mode is just kind of fine. It does the job, but I do have some nitpicks. Most of the people playing this mode most likely have high stats in this game, because the only people really playing Sonic Frontiers still are most likely Sonic fans. And while having your max stats is nice, it does take away almost all the challenge the game had, because the enemies are not any harder than on your first playthrough. Sometimes with games that have a new Game Plus mode, your moves will carry over, but the enemies in the game also get increasingly hard to kill to compensate for that, and to give you somewhat of a challenge. But in this mode, there aren't any changes made to them. Yeah, you could set the difficulty to extreme to make it harder because Sonic is stuck at level 1 stats in that mode, and having everything be a one-hit kill, but that means unless you play New Game Plus on anything but extreme, you are going to experience absolutely no challenge, making this playthrough kind of meh. And if you do play on extreme difficulty, you actually miss out on a really nice change they made to the Elder Coco. Yeah, they made more changes to this guy. Now if you turn in any of the new Coco into him, he increases your stamina boost gauge. Kind of like The Legend of Zelda. Please don't kill me for making that comparison. Which is a nice change, but it doesn't work in extreme mode. The best thing about New Game Plus, in my opinion, is the simple fact that you can now bring the Spin Dash with you on your journey, which I will talk more about in a moment. But yeah, like I mentioned, there are new Coco in the game, so let's talk about them. On the island maps, you'll see this new emblem. If you go to it, you'll most likely see a brand new obstacle course of sorts scattered all around the island. I'm not joking. These obstacle courses are a lot of fun. Some of them are puzzle based, while others are more about fast reflexes. I feel like the base game lacked puzzles like these, and I feel like those who really like the Sonic Unleashed style of fast reactive gameplay might get a kick out of these. Once you beat a certain obstacle, you will find a brand new Coco, and there's a good variety of them. There's even this Coco that has Excalibur from Black Knight, which is a really cool callback. If you collect all the new Coco in the game, Sonic is rewarded with a crown that doesn't seem like much of a reward. It just kind of looks like Sonic just came back from Burger King. Whopper, 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 whopper. And speaking of cosmetics, let's go into the birthday stuff. In the extras menu, you could change Sonic's outfit to this admittedly hilarious but ridiculous looking birthday suit. I won't lie though, he is rocking those shades. And it's not just Sonic either. You could change the Coco into the birthday attire, as well as Sonic's friends. In addition to the characters, the island also gets some pretty sweet looking birthday reskins. It's not much, but these objects like breakable boxes are now turned into presents, the rails are a different color, there's hot air balloons in the sky, and these unbreakable boxes are the Sonic Generations loading screen assets. Wait, what? Now, this is nothing too crazy, but it is a nice addition, and the birthday song playlist playing a bunch of remixes from Sonic's past games are nice to listen to. Now let's cover some of the big new additions to the game. One of these is the new Score Attack Challenge. These are all about trying to get the highest score before the time runs out. To get points, you can do literally anything. Hell, you even get points by boosting in a straight line. But to get more points, you're gonna wanna do things like hit bumpers, go through dash rings, do tricks in the air, and the most key to them all, attack enemies. You can also get a huge score multiplier by collecting these orbs on the ground. This is key to get an S rank in some of these, and oh boy, some of these will test your skill, especially on some of them in Island 5. I had to reset the challenge multiple times to get an S rank. The best way I found to get points fast is to get your score multiplier up as fast as possible. Then find a large group of smaller enemies, and each one you kill adds up quickly. Once you get all S ranks from the attack challenges, you unlock the best addition to Sonic in decades, the Spin Dash. And oh my god, I can't stress enough how much I love this addition to the game. One of my main gripes about Frontiers, hell, all of 3D Sonic for well over a decade, is that I simply just want the freedom to roll into a ball, roll down a hill, and up a ramp and launch into the sky, just like I did in the classic games and translated well into 3D, like in Sonic Adventure. But ever since Adventure, the games became less open and more linear, resulting in less reliance of players to do that, since players didn't have the freedom to do whatever they wanted, when they wanted. But when Sonic Frontiers was announced and we heard that it was an open world-like game, this was one of the very first things I was hoping for. I wanted Sonic's moveset to take full advantage of the open world. And Sonic Frontiers, when it first released, kind of did that. In Frontiers, there's not much reliance on momentum, which, spoiler alert, still doesn't. But it's fine because it toyed with giving you the freedom to move around at blazing speeds, which was a lot of fun. The only real downside that I mentioned in my review was that I really couldn't take advantage of any of the hills or ramps in the game. Sonic would feel like a magnet at times and just stick to the ground no matter what. But Kishimoto and everyone at Sonic Team heard our voice loud and clear. Because when you use the Spin Dash in this game, you are no longer a magnet to the floor. Any slight incline, and you go flying throughout the Starfall Island sky, and it is incredibly exhilarating. This is the type of freedom I wanted to have in my Sonic games, especially when I control such a fun character like Sonic in an open world. Is this the perfect Sonic controls? No. I would still much rather prefer to earn my speed using momentum-based platforming rather than just boosting. But for a game that does have the boost mechanic, this is a really, really nice addition. Let me break down what we could do with this move. You can charge it up like in the classic Sonic games, which is cool. You can activate it while running, and you can even activate it in the air with the camera pointing in whichever direction you want to launch off into. It's cool. You could even roll like this for some reason. I mean, it kind of has physics to it, so you can roll down hills with it, I guess. Now, this isn't your everyday Spin Dash. The Spin Dash in this game is like if Sonic Adventure Spin Dash had a baby with the Sonic Lost World Spin Dash. By that I mean you can spam it if you want, and you can launch off things, but it also acts like Sonic Lost World Spin Dash, where you can hold it like a boost. But don't get me wrong, I love it. It is fun as hell. Thanks to this move, there is so much more verticality to your movements, and I love it. I love seeing Squid flying through the air and being able to jump onto its tail with a well-timed Spin Dash. I love taking down the tower enemy right away by launching off a ramp and into range of its head. And I love just rolling into things. It's so much fun. Which, by the way, they added some quality of life changes to this game as well in this update, like the ability to control your rate of deceleration for things like jumps and your ability to hold a boost in the air. Combine that with the Spin Dash and I believe I can fly. God, I mean this. The Spin Dash in this game is literally game-changing. After you unlock it. Yeah, I guess that's a bit of a downside looking in hindsight. Don't get me wrong. For someone like me, I love the feeling of unlocking this ability. It's kind of like how I felt finally unlocking Supersonic in Sonic 2. It was worth all the trouble because the ability you got was so game-breaking. But something like this is something I feel like every player should have when they're experiencing Sonic Frontiers proper, so I highly urge everyone, even if you weren't a big fan of Sonic Frontiers in your first playthrough, do yourself a favor and unlock the Spin Dash. It truly increased my love for this game quite a lot, and I don't say that often. It's insane what you can do when you listen to feedback. Sonic Team, I mean this from all of us fans, thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess one last thing to mention for this update is the ability to turn off the scripted camera angles during combat. Yeah, you can turn those off in the game now, no mod required, and I absolutely love having it off. I don't know, I just feel like having the camera zoomed out helps a lot in combat. Clearly Sonic Team was looking at what mods people were installing and took notes, because that is one of the major mods I've seen everyone using. But hey, I won't hate, it works. I can't say it enough. If you guys didn't hear me already, get the Spin Dash. It will change your life! Sorry, what I meant to say is, I am so proud of Sonic Team. You could tell as these DLCs have been coming out, they are slowly unlocking the potential they have as developers, and that's really why I like this game. The only major thing that still needs to be fixed in this game so far is the ending. By that I mean the final boss fight. And the fact that Update 3 is directly going to address that issue, along with adding playable characters and more to the story, I think Sonic Frontiers might end up being one of the best 3D Sonic games since Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. I seriously can't wait for Update 3, and I mean this. It's not often a lot of our critiques and criticisms of a game could get fixed, especially as Sonic fans. But because we showed so much love to the game at release, they decided it was important to take a year and to really polish it to the best of their ability and to add more things that us fans wanted without the need to have to wait another 5 years for the next mainline Sonic game. And that is super commendable. Thank you all so much for watching this video. This update was a lot of fun, I can't say it enough. And I am super excited for Update 3. And if you are excited for Update 3, or if you're a Sonic fan, make sure you stay close to the channel. We have a great community here. This is one of the best places for Sonic the Hedgehog, and we're going to be covering everything leading up to this next release for the update. All things Sonic Frontiers, all things Sonic Prime, all things Sonic Superstars, all things Sonic Movie 3, all things Knuckles TV show. You name it for anything Sonic the Hedgehog, because there's a lot happening right now. Stay close to the channel. This is the place to be. Thank you all so much again for watching this video. I really appreciate you. This is Sam, signing out. See you later, procrastinators.